Hello, hello, the sun is so bright. Can you guys see how bright the sun is? Look, it's in my eyes. I have a sunshine face. Hello, it is insanely hot in Los Angeles. I mean, okay, maybe not insanely, like we don't live in the desert. I can, not over exaggerate, but it's really hot. It's really warm out here. Hi guys, how are you? I love you. I hope you're doing well. I've been out of town for the past week and I did vlog a couple times and tried to upload, and apparently there's no service in Wisconsin, so none of them actually uploaded, and because they were more like timely content, I probably won't upload them. It was mainly me like complaining about my flight. Actually, not complaining, just sharing about the flight issues that I have had, and then expressing the need for retaining positivity when things that you can't control happen. On the way to Wisconsin, my flight to Dallas got canceled, so I had to sit in the Los Angeles airport for hours and hours. My friend George, if any of you play Halo, he's Naked Eli on Halo. He has like one of the top rankings in the Halo world. He like broke some big record. I don't know. George came and picked me up from the airport. We went and had dinner, and then I ended up getting out at a 10 p.m. flight, flew to Chicago, landed at like 4 a.m., then flew to Milwaukee and landed at like 8 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m. They ended up losing my luggage. So I Friday morning when I landed, oh my god, I didn't even fly to Milwaukee. I flew to Des Moines, Iowa. My little brother was graduating from college, so yay, go little brother for, finishing what you started. And his graduation was on Friday, and I landed Friday morning. They didn't have my luggage, so, excuse me, I'm burping. My mother took me shopping for graduation dress. I'm burping, and excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm so rude. Mama took me shopping and ended up putting together this amazing outfit, and I got asked to shoot an awesome commercial while I was out of town, so I was shooting while I was at the graduation. It was so wonderful. My little brother graduated with a degree in marketing, and when he went on stage to accept his diploma, he did a selfie, and it was hilarious. And I was like, that's my little brother. When you guys meet him, he's not super into, like, the whole vlog world, but that's okay. You guys will meet him eventually. I will force him or put a hidden camera somewhere, and he'll think it's really weird when I say, okay, I love you, goodbye. They're like, who are you talking to? And I'll be like, no one, don't worry about it. You guys will meet him eventually, and when you do meet him, you'll be like, yeah, that's your little brother. He's one of my best friends in the entire world, and I'm so proud of him for graduating. I know it was a long 4 years, and in Iowa, whew, Iowa. I love all of the states of this country equally. Could not live in Iowa. He has a beautiful house that he pays like this much for. I was like, I'm going to be paying like this much for like a quarter for your kitchen, which is fine, because I'm paying to be in Los Angeles more than anything. Anyways, so went to Wisconsin. On the flight back, my flight from Milwaukee to Chicago got postponed enough that I would miss my connection from Chicago to LA, and that made me freak out just a little bit. Because I don't know if any of you remember New Year's Eve when I had to spend the night in Cleveland by myself. And I love spending time alone. I actually spend a lot of time alone. But there's something about being in between two places that really bothers me. So I called my mom and I started crying. I was like, Mom, I don't want to spend the night in Chicago by myself. She was like, okay, sweetie, I'll come and get you. I love my mom. She's so great. So my mom came to get me. Oh, and the woman that rebooked my flight for the next morning, I thought she booked it for the next morning, and as I was like walking away to go meet my mom at the airport, I was like, I have a weird feeling about that flight tomorrow morning. I kind of want to like see my name on a screen that says that I definitely have a seat on the flight that leaves from Chicago the next morning to LA. So I went up to a different counter and asked the guy, and he was like, she rebooked you for a flight that left this morning. And I was like, whoa, oh, I got so mad. And the kind of mad that's like, when I'm actually mad, I don't yell. I don't raise my voice. A couple rules that I have if there's ever a disagreement with someone is I do not yell, and I do not call names, because neither of those things ever help. And if I feel the need to yell, I step back and I take a breath and I say, okay, we can discuss this like adults. It's something a dragon taught me when I was in kindergarten. Our mascot was a dragon. Of course, so amazing, right? He said, attack the problem, not the person. And that has stuck with me my entire life.
It's weird when little things like that will stick with you throughout your entire life. So one thing I did when I was home, I'm kind of bouncing around about a million things right now. One thing I did when I was home was I recorded a vlog with my mom where we went through one of my old keepsake boxes. So it has like all my stuff from my childhood. Not all of it, but you know, some fun stuff from my childhood. We found some really funny things in there. I wrote a letter to Brett Favre when I was 9. And I said, I am the only girl kid in my family. I play football with all of the boys. I always hang out with all of the boys. Tell Desmond Howard to stay with the Packers. And also, I hope Robert Brooks is okay. Oh, and by the way, will you tell Mark Chmura that I have a crush on him? This is like the 97 Packers. Oh my God. I knew more about the Packers and football when I was 9 than I do now. We also found this other, I wrote a song when I was 9 called Movie Star. And if you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen them. If you don't, Kathy Sue 17, KATHYSUE 17. Go and look at them because they're really funny. This Movie Star song is like, I'm gonna be a movie star with the twinkling lights. I'm gonna be a movie star, shining bright. And if you think I can't, I will, because they are my dreams, and my dreams succeed. And the next line's like, if I want to be the president, I will. If I want to be a giant coloring book, I will. They're so silly. And just reading those, like I wrote those when I was 9, and now I'm 26 years old. It kind of smells like dog poop. I don't see any. Oh my God. It's interesting to read the things that I wrote when I was 9 and understand that I'm really the exact same person then that I am now. Like, I still have that determination and I still have the perseverance. And I was fortunate enough, to always know that film was what I was going to be doing with my life. I thought I'd just kick dog poop. I just kicked a hose, sunshine face. I've always known what I wanted to do with my life, and I've always just gone for it. So I started talking to my mom about, like, nature versus nurture. Like, what are we born with, and then what is nurtured inside of us, you know? Because obviously, like, you know, I've always had this, like, determination and this drive and this, I know what I want to do with my life. So that had to come from somewhere, but it's always been there. Like, when I was 1, my mom used to write journals saying that I would sit up in bed talking to myself all night and I wouldn't sleep. I still do that. She wrote that I would only eat macaroni and cheese and pizza, and guess what? I still only eat macaroni and cheese and pizza. So I wonder if I have been the exact same person my entire life, and this whole entire idea of what life has been for me has just been a series of events that have attempted to show me more of who I am, or to lead me away and help me find my strength again and find who I am again. So that, you know, that is something that I think is really important. Like, my experiences have not established who I am, they've only reestablished who I am, because I've always been the same person. And, you know, when I was little, I was, like, protecting kids and stuff like that, and still doing all the same stuff. I do find it strange, though, that, you know, I said things like I wanted to be president, and that the presidency is the only thing that I have ever wanted to do aside from filmmaking. And it was 1 month in 4th grade that I said that I was going to be president. I no longer was going to do film. I was going to be president, and that was it. And then I was like, oh wait, no, I'm a filmmaker. Like, let's be real. So I'm here now. Like, I'm still doing film. But as I've gotten older, I've gotten more and more attracted to the idea of working towards the presidency again. So I'm going to be taking some Yale law classes online that I'm really excited about. I've been reading a lot about our government, and I started reading this magazine called The Economist that has a much more global perspective. So in essence, my platform will be globalization, humanity, progress, growth. I will spend my time creating progressive programs and solutions that don't just fix the problems that already exist, but create new positive things to help the country grow, and therefore also the world. Because really, we can only be as helpful to the rest of the world as we are to ourselves. We can only help other people gain as much strength as we gain ourselves. I can't help someone if I'm not healthy and strong myself. So I have to take care of myself first. So every once in a while, I'm sure you'll hear me say something like, I do think selfishness is a good thing to a certain degree. Selfishness with a wide view. Such as, I know I can only be as strong and as helpful for others as I am for myself. Because if my arms are weak, I can't lift someone else up. That's just the truth. It's science and math. Anyways, this is going on some huge esoteric tangent. It's been a really epic past couple of weeks. There have been a lot of changes and a lot of huge realizations happening in my life. And I encourage everyone else go through the same thing. Well, you know, not the exact same thing, but my coffee's hot. My coffee's hot. That happened really quickly. This is a shared backyard, so it's a little messy right now because I share it with a couple of other neighbors, and everyone's moving out of the duplex right now. So if you see messy stuff, it's maybe partially me, but not all. Anyways, everyone's moving. Just the impending move in and of itself has been plenty. And then also, you know, I no longer work with Tobuscus. You know, it's just time to take my next step. As well as the studio was in good hands, so I felt good about that. So leaving something that, you know, I had poured my heart into was very difficult, but I know it's for the best. So something I want to tell you guys is that sometimes in life, bad things are going to happen. They just are. Things are going to get rough. Those moments are there to teach you something, to make you stronger. So I practice this thing called living in hindsight. So when I'm in a tough situation, I try to look at it from the future. Like, okay, a month from now, is this going to be important to me? You know, what am I going to have learned from this? Who will I maintain contact with? And that helps me appreciate the moment that much more. So living in hindsight, in essence, helps me be more present, which is awesome. So I've been trying very hard to live in hindsight, like, okay, things are difficult right now, and they're not, maybe not difficult, challenging. And I've always, my entire life, welcomed a good challenge. I understand the growth that is possible in a good challenge. I also realize that I spend the majority of my time thinking about how I can grow as a human being, and that has been so beneficial to me, and I didn't really realize it until I was able to step away. I really need a new place to pace. Can I go through here? Can I go through here? Okay, I'm gonna go pace over here. Hold on. It's like Alcatraz. Do you guys know what Alcatraz is? Alcatraz is an old prison in San Francisco. We have to keep a lock on it. Oh no, my coffee! Coffee, it's okay. I won't leave you. Oh God. Oh, so thirsty. I don't even know what I was talking about. Oh, progress and growth. So I spend a lot of my time thinking about how to grow. I also have been attempting to do things like, you know, play some type of music every single day for at least 5 minutes. There we go. Because that helps me grow as well. And it's also something that I'm not pursuing professionally. My professional career is very creative. So it's hard when what you export, what you know, output in your life as far as your creativity, which ends up being some type of therapy because you're putting out what, you know, what's going on in your head and in your heart and in your soul. That's what creativity is. It's pouring out yourself. So when that is also your career and that's what you know, bank on to make money and to survive, it's hard to retain the enjoyment of the creativity. So doing music, because I'm not pursuing it professionally, helps me just enjoy pure creativity and pure output of self. And I think that's very good. Like, obviously, you know, there's a lot of good that comes from doing music. I'm not good at the ukulele. I'm not good at the fife. I'm not good at the piano. I'm not good at the guitar. I'm not good at the violin. But I have all of these instruments, and I play one of them every single day, and it makes me feel good. And now I'm understanding the difficulties of learning different instruments, and therefore can have a bigger empathy with others, bigger understanding of what others might go through. So if I see a ukulele player that's like really good, I'm like, oh my God, it was so hard for me to learn that chord. Like, good job. So that's also the importance of experiencing different things to understand other people's perspectives and other people's challenges. So something else that I'm doing in preparation for running for president in the next 10 years is I'm asking my friends and my family, people whose perspectives I agree with and disagree with, what they would do if they were president of the United States. So I'm getting a lot of very interesting perspectives and a lot of very interesting ideas from people with different lifestyles. You know, my mom lives in the Midwest and like has had the same job for 30 years and she's great at it. And then, you know, George, I asked, who I spoke about earlier, I asked him, and, you know, he went to Yale and like lives out here and just has a completely different perspective. So it's been fun, like figuring out from other people what they would do if they were in a position of great power, what they would change without having any stake in anything. You know, when you ask someone their opinion about a situation they're not involved with, that they don't have any stake in, you can get a much more unbiased opinion. This has been a much heavier vlog than I thought it was going to be. Also much longer. I was like, I'm just going to do a 3-minute vlog. I think I just wanted to talk to you guys for a little bit. So, let's see, what else is going on? I have like 15 million videos that are either partially edited or all the way edited that I just need to finish and upload, and that are for you guys and that are for the world, and I want to share them and I'm ready to share them. But with moving and with all this stuff going on, it's just been a little bit difficult to sit down and actually finish them. But I'm moving into a new house, so that brings me to today. So after 17 minutes, we are finally topical. So I'm moving today, and it's very crazy. I do think that I found my perfect house. It's a little bit more than I wanted to spend, but I was talking to my friend Claire about it. If you guys saw the Siri video, she plays Siri. She's one of my best friends in the whole world. I was talking to her about it, and, you know, she's had a very different life experience than I have, so talking to her and getting her perspective really helps me see a different side of things. And Claire said one thing, you know, she's like, Kathy Sue, this is you taking a bet on yourself. I was like, Claire, you're right. You're right, Claire, you're so smart. I get really aggressive sometimes. I don't know if you guys have noticed. So it's big, and it's half of a duplex, and I have space to set up my studio, and this is what I've been waiting my entire life for. Legitimately, my entire life, I have been waiting for the moment that I could start setting up my own studio. The company that I'm DBA as, which is doing business as, there are a couple different types of ways that you can start a company. There's Inc., I'm incorporated, LLC, and DBA, which means I haven't done anything legally yet, but this is what I call my company. So if I LLC within the year, it'll still like make sense for taxes and stuff. Taxes are really confusing, by the way. So if you're like 17 or something and about to go live on your own, do your taxes right always, and pay your bills always. And if you get a credit card, pay it off. Please do these things. Anyways, so Renegade is my company, DBA. Dying to open the LLC of it, but that costs about $1,000 in the state of California. So I need to wait until I have, you know, that little bit of excess so that I can actually create an LLC. And not excess, you know, I'm saving up for that, basically. But this studio, my house, that I just called my studio, is such a huge step for me. I'm going to have one wall that's going to be a white screen, and my dad works for a paper company, and he found me a great deal on a paper roll. Excuse me. Hey, Burbank, I'm sorry. It's how you know I'm real, right? It's real people have bodily functions. Anyways, so my dad hooked me up with a white paper roll. So I'm going to do white paper roll on one wall. On another wall, I'm going to do my green screen. I have my 3-point softbox light kit. I have my cameras. I have my audio equipment. I have everything. And I just
realized that I have everything. For the first time, I have everything that I need to establish my studio. And this is so exciting for me. I'm sorry, I'm being really aggressive. I'll take it down a notch. This is a really big deal for me. This is what I've been building up to for the past 10 years. I have legitimately been in the film industry for a decade now. And you know, I've been acting since I was 4 and did over 40 plays and musicals from the age of 4. And before I even turned 18, I had done over 40 plays and musicals. I haven't recounted since then, but that was the number I had when I was applying to colleges. So I've been in the film industry for a decade. So I have a plethora of on-set experience, not to mention, I think I might have done this in a previous life or something, because there's something so natural that happens when I'm on a film set. I just get it. I feel whole. I feel as though everything clicks. No matter what position I'm in, I understand the flow of it. So I think that that's, you know, I mean, I've been, like I said at the beginning of this, when I was 4, I was saying I was going to be a filmmaker. So I've gained all of this experience and knowledge over the past 10 years, and like as time has gone on, I've gained all this equipment, you know, like I asked for a slate one year for Christmas, and my mom gave me a slate for Christmas. I, you know, bought a bounce board off Amazon for like $5. I like have been collecting, hello Mr. Trash Man, I've been collecting all this equipment, and now I finally can look around and say I literally have everything I need to make a film. I can go make a film right now if I want to. And then all I needed was the space, the studio space, a controlled environment that was just mine, and I finally have that. So I haven't told anyone this yet, except for Claire and Whitney, and Carol Ann, who I'm going to tell you guys about in just a second. This is going to be the longest vlog ever. I'm going to have a studio opening where I invite all of my friends, and it's one room. It's nothing fancy. It's nothing fancy, but it's my studio that I can control, that I can do photo shoots in, that I can do video shoots in, that I can do whatever I want in, that I can grow my company and grow my business and share positivity and encouragement and inspiration with everybody, with anyone I want to. I finally have that availability. So I'm really excited. So that brings me to my next point. Another thing I'm really excited about is Carol Ann. You guys have met her a couple times if you've been with me for a while. Carol Ann Watts. Go look her up on Facebook, on IMDb. She doesn't have a Twitter yet, and I'm trying to convince her to get a Twitter just so I can tweet fun stuff at her. But she's been one of my best friends for 6 years, and as I've moved we lived together in North Carolina for a little bit. She moved to New Mexico. I was able to go there with her, and then she came to LA, and I was already in LA, and some force of nature has just kept us together. I've never had to try with her. I've never had to, you know, when you don't see someone for a while and then you see them again, it's like, oh, hey, how are you? You're good? Good. Me too. Not with Carol Ann. Carol Ann and I cannot talk for a month and just jump right back into it, and it's fine, and nothing has changed. She is what has reminded me that there is such a thing as forever people. The people that will be in your life forever. I've moved a lot since I was 17. This will be my 30th move today. This is my 30th move since I was 17 years old. That is ridiculous. That's a lot of moving. So I've gained and lost a lot of friendships through that. But Carol Ann has showed me that there are people that will be there forever, you know? God, I love her so much. So starting this new studio, she and I have also produced a couple films together, including Like Wolves, which I'd really like to finish. We have one more scene to shoot for that, and it's been in the works for a couple years now, and I really just want to finish it. And The Periphery, she and I produced that together, and I like to shoot. She's a wonderful, wonderful actress. I like to shoot her as much as possible. Well, it sounds bad if someone was just like walking by, they're like, why do you shoot your friends? That's terrible. With a camera! No one's there. So I've set up, or I will be setting up a little office desk area for her at the new studio, so that she can come and work with me and we can work together, and we feel more than ever that like we are finally in alignment with each other. Like we've been trying to work together for a very long time, and we have been, but the partnership, that strong partnership where you're together every day, or not, or whatever, you know, but you're constantly working on stuff together, I feel can finally begin. So I'm really excited about that. Long story short, guys, stay positive.
I love you so much. When things get rough, look at what you can learn in that situation and know that this moment will pass and you will be stronger when it is done. Know that I love you and there's someone else out there that loves you. I know it to be true because you have a mom and you have a dad, and no matter where they are or what they're doing, there is love in their hearts for you. As well as friends. I'm sure you have friends, and I love you. So there's just love everywhere. And sometimes when you can't find the love, you just have to look a little harder, or you have to give it to yourself. If you ever are lost and can't find that love that makes you feel whole, look for it within yourself first. Find about yourself what you love and just rep that, man. Rep that. Represent that. Anyways, this has been a 30-minute vlog. I think this is the longest vlog I've ever done in my life. And I think I got bitten on my ear by a bug. It doesn't feel good. So I'm going to go and move. I'm going to upload this, and then I'm going to move. I'm hoping to be uploading a lot more stuff over the next week and a half. Also, I'm going to start live streaming, and I kind of want it to be like just a conversational live stream in essence. I'll probably do it on Twitch. As some of you may know, I've been live streaming with TJ Smith every Saturday morning, playing a video game. I need to stop saying playing a video game, playing Super Mario 3D World, and it's been really fun, but we're no longer living together, and he's going to be living pretty far away, so I probably won't be making it there every Saturday morning anymore. Maybe I'll just come on as a special guest. But I really fell in love with live streaming, and I fell in love with the direct communication. It's the same way I feel with Clash of Clans. Like, I love playing Clash of Clans because I have direct communication with you guys. And that's so cool and so inspiring. And it's so cool to see on Clash of Clans, like, Sunshine Face Clan, we're really intense and we take things really seriously, but we're really supportive and really encouraging and helpful and loving. And that is the exact way I want to run Renegade. When I have people working with me, I want it to be intense and powerful and taken seriously, but encouraging and supportive and loving and with value and correct heads on our shoulders and morals and treating people right and yeah. Anyways, I don't even remember. I was talking about Clash of Clans, but I was talking about something else before that. It was encouraging. Live streaming. So I'll probably live stream. I'll probably like go and chat in TJ's live stream still on Saturday mornings from 10 to 12. Twitch.tv/TJSmithGaming. So I'll probably still like go and hang out. But then I probably want to start my live streams right after that, because those people are the people that I like spent Saturday mornings with. So I want to continue spending Saturday mornings with them. So I'll probably live stream from like noon to 2. At first it'll seem a little bit slower because I don't really know what I'm going to do yet. I kind of want it to be just an open forum where we just talk to each other, where, you know, you guys can ask me any advice about anything you've going on in your life, and if I have anything worthwhile to say, then I'll be able to answer. Or, you know, maybe I'll play some ukulele. Maybe we can learn some fife together. Maybe we can play a video game. Maybe we can all get on Clash of Clans at the same time and just live stream a war. I don't know. The sky is the limit. So I'll be live streaming. I'll let you guys know when I like set everything up. It's actually, you know what? It's probably going to be 2 weeks before I start live streaming. Because just moving this week, and then next week we'll be focused on setting up my studio. And then the following week, let's do it. Okay, I love you so much. You're so wonderful and magical, and I give you so many kisses. I love you so much. I realized when I do my outro, I say I love you like 75 times. I did this thing when I was little where I love you had to be the last thing that I said to my mom before I went to bed. So she'd be like, okay, sweetie, I love you, good night. And I'd be like, good night, Mom, I love you. And then she'd open the door and say, would you like a glass of water? And I'd say, no, I love you. She'd say, okay, good night. And she'd shut the door and I'd say, Mom, I love you. She'd say, I love you too. It's this weird fear about my parents dying while I'm sleeping. Anyways, on that note, I love you so much. Thank you for watching this whole thing. I really appreciate it. And I'm really excited for what the future holds for myself, for you guys, for the world, for everything. The future is bright. I love you. Be kind in the comments and in the world. Go and give someone a hug. Go make someone laugh. I love you so much. I will talk to you soon. Goodbye. Mwah.